Hey YouTube, what's going on? Leave Station 4 here with my another prediction. This one will be Hernan Cortes versus Ivan the Terrible. Alright, I'm pretty excited for this one, just mainly because you have guns that are very primitive. They aren't at their full potential at all yet. And so both will also rely hugely on their mid-range and short-range weapons, or their non-gunpowder weapons, if you will. Alright, so let's get started here with the weapons. So for short range, Ivan has a saber, and Hernan Cortes has the espada ropera. Now, the espada ropera is 44 inches, which is just over a meter long, and is mainly used for thrusting. It was the forerunner of the rapier, like what we saw in the Musketeer episode. And it may possibly be paired with a dagger, like the main ghost from the Musketeer episode. And I think that'll prove to be if that does happen. I've seen it on Wikipedia a couple times, and they have had it saying that it will have an extra dagger. I don't know though. It didn't. I don't know, but it may. It may. All right. So the saber is mainly mainly used for slashing, but it can be thrusted as well, like we saw in Napoleon. And I don't have a length, but the saber that you see in the picture there, it's actually the saber that will be used. There'll be a link for that in the description below. It has a bunch of weapons from like that they're actually the weapons, so I'm pretty sure that's the actual one that will be used. And yeah, and I don't know, it doesn't look to be as long as the espada ropera. Anyways, I'm going to go, the edge here is going to go to the espada, mainly because I think it will be longer. Like I said, I don't have a length for the saber, but I think the espada will be longer. And I especially give the edge to it if it does come with that main gauche or the dagger, because that will prove to be a big advantage, I think. Just having, instead of just having one hand free, you have another weapon in that hand that just makes you a better warrior in a way. Alright, so at mid-range here, Ivan has the bardiche and Hernan has the alabarda, sorry. Now the alabarda is basically just a halberd. Alright, alabarda, halberd, kind of sounds alike. It's an axe, a spear, and a hook mix, and I mean, we've seen it before. It's a great weapon. Alright, so the bardiche, it's an axe-like weapon, except the difference is that the blade is very long, and it's usually at least 2 feet long. Whereas a shaft it rarely exceeds 5 feet, so it's overall a very short weapon. Alright, and my edge here is going to go to the alabarda, obviously. I mean, we've seen a halberd before. It's very versatile. It's a lot longer than the bardiche, and I mean, it proves itself again and again, not only on Deadliest Warrior, but through history as well. Alright, so for long range, now these are the gunpowder weapons, or the black powder. I don't know which one they are. Alright, so Ivan has the matchlock musket, and Hernan has the arquebus. Alright, so both of these weapons are very primitive gunpowder weapons. Like I said, they have not reached their full potential in any way at all. These are like, the first of the first in a way. Alright, and I think the edge here will be determined by its age. And due to the fact that both these weapons are matchlock, like the matchlock musket is obviously matchlock, and the arquebus is also matchlock, I don't think the mechanical system there will make much of a difference because they're both the same. And since Ivan the Terrible was born later and died later than Hernan, that means that he is, he's more modern, but it's very, I mean, the age is very close. I think his gun, it might have better technology. I really don't know, and I really don't think it'll make a big difference. Alright, so I'm going to give the edge here to Ivan the Terrible for the matchlock musket. Alright, let's look at X factors. I didn't do a lot of X factors, I just did 2. I don't know. I don't really like to go into the X factors. I think it really does count on the weapons a lot more than anything. I mean, let's be honest here. The X factors, they may have some pull towards the overall, outcome, but I don't think they have a lot. I think the weapons are still very. I'm not going to say overpowered. I think they're just right, and I think they are a lot more powerful than the X factors. So for experience, Hernan began his reign as a conquistador when he was 19 years old. That was when he sailed to the New World. Whereas Ivan's father died when he was just 3 years old, and his father requested that he become the Grand Prince of Moscow. So, I mean, when you're just 3 and you're becoming this Grand Prince, I think that speaks for itself a lot. And so based on this, I'm going to give experience to Ivan, just because he has more experience as a leader and possibly a warrior as well. Alright, so logistics. Hernan traveled across the world, and Ivan stayed around Russia. So I'm going to give the edge to Ivan just because it would have been nearly impossible to bring supplies from Spain to the New World. So, edge, Ivan. Now, my overall edge. I don't know a lot about either of these warriors. I don't really know if they were actually warriors. Like, they actually went, they were like, an infantryman, or, they were like, they're like Hannibal or Genghis. I'm pretty sure the Hannibal and Genghis actually went in and fought. I don't know if these guys went in and fought, because Ivan was a Tsar, which is like a king, or a prime minister or whatever. And I don't know if he really fought a lot. I think he was more of a politician. Hernan Cortes, when he went across the world, as far as I know, with history of finding the New World, so I don't know, there wasn't a lot of battles. I mean, there may have been some of the natives, but I think it was more, they kind of sorted it out between themselves. So, I mean, these guys must have both been conquerors of some sort, so, because they said in the end of the episode, they said, like, the Clash of the Conquerors or something. I don't really know. But, so my overall edge here is going to go, I think Hernan will take this swiftly, so Hernan Cortes, over Ivan, mainly because here's why. Alright, Ivan may have the better gun, I don't even know, but I think he might, and I don't think the gun will prove to be a big advantage. Alright, like I said, these guns are so primitive, they won't make a difference. Alright, this is basically a one-shot thing. If you don't make the hit on one shot, you might as well drop that gun or use it as some kind of a bludgeoning weapon. Alright, because it's no good to you. Okay, and I think that will make both these warriors rely a lot on their mid-range and short-range weapons, so their axes and their swords. And I think Hernan Cortes has the big advantage when it comes to those ranges. I think his halberd and his espada ropero, with possibly the dagger, will prove to be a big advantage over the saber and the bardiche. So yeah, I think Hernan's going to take this one. Anyways, I'll be doing an aftermath after the next episode. I have a couple suggestion videos coming up, so yeah. Anyways, I guess that's it. I don't really know what else to say. So Hernan's going to win this one. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. And you may notice in some of my videos there's like an annotation that says, click here for next video. That'll take you to my channel where it'll show the most recent video. I just did that in there just to make it easier if you guys want to catch up on my stuff. So yeah, that's it. So I'll see you guys later, and bye.